over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I want to say welcome. Don't forget, 6 o'clock, Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken at 6 o'clock following it. So you got 4 hours of nonsense with me. You got 4 hours of nonsense right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Always remember, you can go to YouTube at 1017. I said that wrong. 101.7, The Truth. And watch live. Just make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss a show. Or you can just go to 1017thetruth.com or just download the Truth app or just do any of those things and you'll have us live each and every day in your, wonderfully sunny and fruitful day. So you'll have a great time. 833-212-1017 is the number if you want to pontificate about about something that was like completely weird to me That's kind of weird. But it's unfortunate. You know, I saw on the news over the weekend that all you, I don't know how to say this because either way I say it, it'll make me sound bougie. So I still always remember somebody said, I thought only women were bougie. Well, that's kind of dumb. But anyway. So Spirit Airlines is gone. And I'm going to complain about it in a way that's going to make people mad because then people go, well, you always da-da-da. And, you know, we have zero tolerance for accepting when people complain about Democrats. You're not supposed to. You just let it slide. And if you get jacked, well, then too bad. You're supposed to keep your mouth shut. I find that idiotic and just downright stupid, any more so than if I were Republican. And I believe the same thing about Republicans. You're supposed to put your head down and not say anything and all that. I say complain about it if you don't like it, and I don't care who it is. Conservative, liberal, Democrat, Republican, centrist, whatever. Because here's the deal. Spirit Airlines would be here had Buttigieg taken the time to allow them to merge with JetBlue. Somebody didn't like it because it would be terrible. Oh, my God, we're going to have a bigger company. Yes, they hire people. All those people would have kept their jobs. Thousands of people would have kept their job. Pilots would have kept their jobs. Flight attendants would have kept their jobs. Maintenance would have kept their jobs. Food service. Did they have food? I don't think so. All that, you know, the peanut people. The peanut people would keep their job. All that. But instead, they're gone. Because one person said they're going to remove the low ticket price on this particular flight. Like, are you serious? Some random place where tickets were cheap enough and people complained that if we didn't have it, prices were going to go up. So you nixed a multi-million-dollar deal, maybe possibly multi-billion-dollar bill that could have saved all those jobs. And now the price of gas went up. And now instead of helping people, you set them in a hole by having them not have a job. And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. The reason I say it's unfortunate because, well, I mean, it's easy to make jokes about, it was Spirit Airlines, right? And I saw a story that talked about that, but, and it's not funny that Spirit is shutting down, but you're talking about what? Well, I know what was going to happen. You just told people that people in the government, elected officials are complaining that they shouldn't merge because it's going to make them bigger. But to save it, you had to. It's just dumb. And now they're out of business. And then how do you feel? They don't care. We just don't have a bigger company. We don't have big business. How do you think people get jobs without big business? And it's not funny at all. Spirit Airlines shut down, and instead of just talking about another failure and people, they talk about everything except the business. The business model created the environment. Think about what Spirit Airlines was. Ultra low fare, cheap tickets, extra fees for everything, tight spaces, millions of price-conscious travelers, mostly black, mostly white, mostly Hispanic, mostly Asian, right? Because it said price-conscious. That's everybody. It also created stress, frustration, and tension. Because if you can imagine being in a tin can that small with seats that close, I don't really need to get nowhere that bad unless it's an emergency. And it's 8 minutes after the hour and I need to be on a plane in 2 hours and I got to get there, then I might think about it. But I've seen articles that talk about Spirit. You know what Spirit's name is? Waffle House in the Sky. And then everything that happened there you saw on TV. Everything you saw. Every bad behavior, every argument with the ticket agent. Everything you saw. Leadership lost control of the narrative completely and totally. No real standards. It didn't seem like they had any real policies. If you complained about something, they might let you on, they might not let you on. They might charge you, they might not charge. Like, it was almost like they got a commission for charging you fees. Oh, ma'am. Oh, excuse me, Zach. If you want to come on with 2 shoes, yes, you have to pay a $25 fee. Well, who flies with 1 shoe? Ma'am, that's not my problem. Oh, my God, you've got high heels on? How many inches? All right, it's $5 per inch. 3 inches is an additional $15. 2 shoes, $30. What? I'm just making it up. But that's the kind of issue you had with cheap airlines. When people are squeezed financially and they're uncomfortable and they're totally disrespected, they react. But really, this is not about Spirit Airlines, it's about us. Spirit Airlines tolerated nonsense. And then you train people to carry out the nonsense. Some of the flight attendants were as bad as the passengers. Some of the pilots were as bad as the flight attendants. And nobody at the counter was in control. They built it, and then the standards dropped. And then expectations disappeared. Now, this brings up some questions for me. What happens to all those pilots that had jobs at Spirit Airlines? First of all, I would have been embarrassed to work for Spirit Airlines. That's just me. And I would have been embarrassed because it was so cheap. I would have wanted to give people more for their money. Not charge them more, but figure out how to give them more. What did them in was the price of gas. Price of gas went down. And so with all the things we lose with Spirit Airlines, cheap flights, only thing left is JetBlue, so now JetBlue probably going to go out of business too. What about Frontier? Like, all these things are going to start happening, and I'm thinking we might have to start taking the bus. You ever take the Amtrak or the bus? Like, you ever taken Greyhound? Oh, my God, I've never taken a Greyhound bus again in my life. Like, ever. Coach? Oh, my God. Anyway. But it's a standard. And when your standards start to drop, when your expectations disappear, yeah. The low-cost airline black people love to use is gone. Now we got Frontier and we got JetBlue. What's so funny? It's the truth, right? And now we got to find a new one, and we'll miss it. Right? Are you going to miss flying cheaply? See, that's the problem. That's not what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about missing the airline. I'm talking about going on social media and seeing Fight Club.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place.
I love your perspective, Sherwin.
Thank you.
You do a great job.
Appreciate
you do a great job. I downloaded the app so I can listen to you in the evening sometimes because you make a great difference in how you present things in many ways, politically, socially, financially. You do a great job.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family and help out in your community. You've been there for so many others. But when life challenges you, when rising costs, unexpected repairs, medical bills, or simply a rough stretch make it hard to keep up on a limited or low income, you're not alone. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are here for you, working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. If you're struggling with high utility bills, facing a disconnect notice, or dealing with a furnace emergency and your limited or low income isn't enough, support is available. Visit www.heat.help or call 1-800-506-5596 to apply for a hand up.
You ever see the sign above the highway? The number of people that have been killed on the road? My wife, my son, and my unborn child were killed by a distracted driver. They were more than just a number.
Your phone isn't worth it. Buckle up, phone down. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Walk in for a suit, walk out with two. It's buy one, get one half off throughout May at Nickabani's. Suits, blazers, hats, jeans, and more. Everything you need from a hands-on team that styles you from head to toe. Find a suit, add shoes for half the price. Land the perfect two-piece set? Now add a vest for 50% less. Prom, graduation, galas, whatever's on your calendar, now's the time to stop in to Nickabani's. Second floor at Mayfair Mall across from AMC. Buy one, get one half off throughout May at Nickabani's. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
TV, it's another fight on Spirit Airlines. That's gone now. Now we got to have an anniversary of the fights on Spirit Airlines. 1 year ago today, there was this fight at the checkout counter. Yeah, I'm sorry. 833-212-1017 is the number. Okay, so, okay. I don't like YouTube anymore. You know why I don't like YouTube? I'm saying that jokingly as I'm actually looking at YouTube. I don't like YouTube because I got to push too many buttons. You know what I'm saying? I got pushed too many buttons just to find. Like I couldn't find. It said live chat, and I'm reading. I had to read the whole thing. It said join the conversation to interact with the creator, and then it said open panel. I don't understand that. I don't understand why I couldn't just click. Why couldn't it just say open? This is a boomer moment. You know like that. Why couldn't it just say open panel? You got to read all this stuff before you get to the little button that says open panel. I guess that's kind of how they act at Spirit Airlines too, right? Excuse me, I will help you, but I need to read this first. Like, weren't you trained to do this? Yeah, okay. I'm just sorry. That's sad. But guess what? If you believe in business, and a lot of y'all don't. I don't know why. That's what actually pays you. If you believe in business, guess what? That's how life goes. That is how life goes. Only the strongest survive. Only the strong businesses survive. The weak ones die. That's just how it is. And it's understandable, and it's just the way life is. And I don't know what to say. Let me check the talk and text line at 833-212-1017 is the number. Also, the YouTube chat. Frank said, my bad. What are you talking about, Frank? Okay, I don't know what Frank be talking about. Is Frank on something? Is Frank be on something? I don't be knowing what Frank be talking about. Hey, what's up, SE? How's it going? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's up, Willie? Willie's here early. Lucretia, what's going on? What's up, Study Hall? Sincere, you got one more day to not say hello to me first and giving this generic yo, what's up, and I'm blocking you. I'm just telling you now. I'm just letting you know now. You are getting blocked because you got to say hello to me first. Hey, what's up, Quanda? Attendant, study hall. See, he think I'm kidding. Just as sure as Spirit Airlines ain't here, you won't be here. Okay. Good morning, late, just getting out of class. First day, that's what's up. Did you tell everybody, Quanda? Did you tell everybody? You might want to put in the chat what you doing. I'm just saying. Put it in the chat, and then I can say it out. Okay. Sincere, it is that. Might be my last day suit. You have there, LOL, dapper. No, I have somewhere I need to be afterwards. You are so negative, Sincere. I don't really understand your point. You are so negative. People actually have lives and things to do outside of work, their jobs. Like, they have other stuff to get. Like, I have an important meeting at 6:30 that I got to be at. That's personal. Ain't none of your business. What you talking about? Man, see, hey, we need to block Sincere. One more time for him not to say good morning to me first, or good evening to me first, or what's up first. He done. Oh, and when you shut him down, with your right hand, snatch his black card in your left hand. I'm just saying. Oh, it was a Lucretia. Mao, Dr. Ken. Some of us grieve. Let some of us grieve. What are you grieving? Spirit Airlines? You that cheap? Okay, I'm sorry. Crystal said, but then you say now we won't have cheap tickets, but we wouldn't have had cheap tickets. Yes, you would have. Yes, you would have had cheap tickets. It would have kept the airline flying because their issue was paying for gas. And if they had more money, they could literally pay for gas, and their prices would stay the same. They lost one low-cost route. They said in this merger, because they already have a low-cost route with JetBlue, so they would need to add that. That's the only one they would lose because JetBlue doesn't have that route. They're not paying for that route. That was it. Then all of a sudden, everybody got their undies in a bunch about, oh, my God, they're going to cut a route. One route out of the thousands? One? And that's why they said, well, we're not approving the merger. And they didn't approve the merger, and now they're out of business. So all those people, you are not in life to just pay for everything for cheap. Those flight attendants have to work. The pilots have to get paid. The people that maintain the plane and clean it have to get paid. What is it that you always want to be cheap, but you don't want anybody to pay you cheap? Why is it you always think somebody's supposed to pay you more money than you want to pay somebody else? Why is that? You always want a deal, but you never want to give anybody else a deal. How about we do this? Nobody gets a deal. Everybody pays the price they're supposed to pay. Everybody's family gets food and home and shelter and everything. And everybody's good. Because that is how it works. Somebody talk about that's not how it works. It most certainly works that way. So stop it. You think they only, we merged, so our price is going up. You think people would fly JetBlue? JetBlue ain't crazy. They wanted to merge so they could expand and make more money. See, it's trying to explain, right? I either need to expand vertically or horizontally. Merging would have allowed me to go horizontal, and then add more flights, more places, more this. So now, because Spirit and JetBlue flew to the same place, I might what? Be able to add. See, JetBlue wouldn't have had to add any extra anything because JetBlue wouldn't have to add anything because Spirit was already going there. So they just picked it up and paid for the cost and we're good. Don't have to buy any planes, just have to maintain them. You know what I'm saying? So, and with all due respect, I'm not complaining. I don't have cheap tickets. I'm not complaining about that. Not at all. She said, I don't fly, so it has nothing to do with me and what I want. So, welcome back, Crystal. Good to have you. She said, once the merger happens, no competition and the price goes up. What are you talking about? You know how many airlines there are? What do you mean, no competition? 2 low-cost airlines that are in a category where nobody is, right, except them. Southwest isn't even in that cheap ticket category anymore. They used to be. They're not anymore. They've matured. So clearly you have to understand business. That's the lie people tell you. Oh, my God, if they merge, it's going to go up for a short while. And then people are going to do what? People are going to say, you know what? I'm not paying that. And they're going to figure out a way to reconfigure and figure out a way to tell their investors, people aren't paying that, so your price is too high. They're going somewhere else. How do you think Spirit started? When Frontier and JetBlue, right? Like there's a reason why those airlines started, because people were paying too much on Delta. They're paying too much on American. They're paying too much on Southwest, Allegiant, Alaska. They were paying too much money. I just want to get from point A to point B, give me a box of peanuts and let me go to sleep. Peanuts even come in boxes? Anyway. And so now, y'all stuck. Exactly, where no one else is, but once the merger, then they no longer exist. What are you talking about once the merger? Okay. 1 + 1 is 2, right? The only thing they'll change is the name. And then they'll have, and I'm just using this as an example, they'll have not 5 airplanes, but 10 or 15 now. Like, what do you mean they no longer exist? Part of anyway, you're giving up one company for volume in another. They could serve more people because now they've expanded. That's how companies expand. You know that, right? They buy other companies and then they get bigger. Rarely do companies just do volume and get big. They acquire. They take other companies. 10 said, leave them all high and dry. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how life goes. That is business. Business works that way. Now, if the 2 companies wanted to merge and the Biden administration said no, that's why they're out of business. Let them merge. I don't think the Trump administration should have gave them any money. They wanted $500 million. No, we're not in the airline business. This nonsense the Trump administration did with Intel, giving them money and buying some of it, that's nonsense too. You should never want the government in your business or owning part of your business. Ask China. Ask Venezuela. It don't work. They'll run it into the ground. So, if that's how you roll, that's how you roll. I'm just saying. Makes no sense to me. 833-212-10. How come my form won't move? I quit. This is crazy. I can't. My actual. This is a boomer moment. Actually, it's not a boomer moment. Stop playing that. You know what I mean? You should stop playing that. Oh my God. This is a boomer moment. Keep it up. We're gonna fight. We're going to fight, all right? We're going to fight. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. Come on. This is a boomer moment. That's because nobody remembers the song. This is a boomer moment. Y'all see what I got to put up with? Nonsense. And it's just Monday. Can you imagine what it's going to be like for Pop-Off Friday? 28 minutes after the hour, 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I got a story about the street takeover and whether or not you think the police are really doing what they're supposed to do. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I'm going to go over here and, I don't know, I'm going to have a boomer moment. But first, hey, Zach, hey, what's my name again? And now with 1017 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
Southbound on 41, we do have delays still from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing down just before North Avenue all the way up past Silver Spring. So a bit of a heavy ride there. Southbound on 43 backing up from Keefe down through the Marquette. The northbound side is backing up just before Fond du Lac Avenue up towards North Avenue. Westbound 94, you've got delays from 27th Street to Holly Road. Eastbound is slowing down basically from Holly Road all the way to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, showers and storms ending mostly cloudy with a low of 44. Tomorrow, a slight chance for showers becoming partly cloudy, a high of 58. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Eric Zauner, Marine Corps veteran and board member for the Center for Veterans Issues, calling on the community to tee it up for a great cause. On Monday, June 15th, CVI is hosting its 5th annual golf outing at the River Club in Mequon. This year's event is supporting CVI's Permanent Supportive Housing Program, dedicated to assisting chronically homeless or disabled veterans and their families. Grab your clubs and support our veterans today. Register to golf, sponsor, or donate at cvivet.org/events.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem. But the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers failed to complete the sweep, but still won the series overall against the Nationals. Brewers lost a close game 3-2, but will now start this week off in St. Louis against the Cardinals. Logan Henderson looked great, except for tripping while going to cover first base in the 5th inning, which led to runs.
That was on me. I just tripped, and I think it's a different ballgame if I get over there and make the out.
Tonight's big series begins at 6:45. The Packers' rookie minicamp was this weekend, and head coach Matt LaFleur said they've changed this approach this year.
I think when we first got here, I'll never forget, we were putting all the guys through drills, agility drills, and I think we had a couple guys throw up. So we've definitely changed our approach in that regard.
The NFL schedule is rumored to release sometime this month. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on the 101.7 The Truth.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. See, I'm going to have to teach y'all not to mess with me. Now, before the break, we were talking about all this other stuff, what was going on, and I said I was going to talk about the street takeover and all that. Some of the stuff the police are doing, but I want to know whether or not this is really, on point. So I got a question about that. But Sincere Ronnie Ray Real was talking nonsense. And so, hey, dude, you are on timeout for 10 minutes. I'm just saying. Damn. 10 minutes you on. So I don't know, but I'm just saying. Mess with me, see what happens. Mess with me and see what happens. Hey, what's up, Chucky? What's up, Babar? Let me see what is there. Crystal. Okay, they didn't start talking to each other. Dr. Ken, are you still mad at Menards? That one guy said, try the one on Blue Mount. No, I'm not going all the way to Waukesha to go to Menards. Are you out of your mind? I'll go to Miller Parkway. But understand something. I should stop going to Menards. Like, does it make any sense to not like a store but then go to a different store, get the same corporation your money? But here's the kicker. I'm not mad at Menards because I sent them an email and they sent me an email back and we had a conversation and we cool. We cool. They responded. I appreciate that. And Babar said, don't go to Blue Mountain Road, Waukesha, Menard. Why not? What happened? Okay. So when JetBlue dropped its bid to acquire Spirit, former Attorney General Merrick Garland said that the merger would have caused tens of millions of travelers to face higher fees. They don't have tens of millions of travelers. Okay, anyway. JetBlue abandoned the deal in 2024 after a federal judge in Massachusetts blocked it, citing violations of antitrust law. Time out. Do you understand every merger is a violation of antitrust law, which is why they have to get permission from the federal government? Okay. And then Babar said, okay, you're talking SC. So Menards at Miller Park is better option. If there's something out of stock, go to Brown Deer. Menards, they're stocked. You hear what you're saying, dude, right? Drive all the way from Southside to all the way to Brown Deer to get something. No, y'all better ship it to my house. Hey, Amazon. Okay, that's all I'm saying. No, y'all own something. Y'all own something. Anyway, so from WISN.com, it's a story here by Mariana LaRoche. I'm sorry, not Mariana LaRoche. Is it Mariana LaRoche? James Stratton. Authorities have charged a 22-year-old South Milwaukee man with recklessly endangering safety and possessing a machine gun after a series of illegal street takeovers in late April. According to the criminal complaint, Ricky Alcantara Hernandez participated in multiple street takeovers between the 25th and the 26th of April. Police responded to 20 calls for service. Hernandez was charged with 3 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety as a party to a crime and 1 count of possessing a machine gun because, according to documents, street takeovers happened between 11 p.m. April 25th, 3 a.m. April 26th. Participants moved rapidly between locations, dispersing one intersection only to reappear in another. Following the takeovers, Alcantara Hernandez allegedly posted on his Instagram, mistake number 1, any good photos of me taking this weekend, send them my way. Accompanied by a photo of a red SRT key fob with a Hellcat keychain. Milwaukee police previously testified that Alcantara Hernandez was the organizer of street takeovers on the 25th and 26th of April, and prosecutors say his white Dodge Charger with a Pink Panther wrap on the side of the car participated in several takeovers that night. Prosecutors say the vehicle is registered to CRT Rick LLC, which matches what they say is the Instagram handle, and he is the executive of the LLC. So, Milwaukee Police Department prioritized enforcement for takeovers in our city and is committed to ongoing investigations even after the events occur, as this young man found out. Chief Norman said in an email statement, if you participate, plan, or spectate at these events for enjoyment, you are endangering the safety of others, and those who cause harm in our community will be held accountable. Records show he paid, get this, they set bail at what? $40,000. He paid it and is now out of jail. Didn't respond to a request for comment on Monday. But social media videos allegedly show him driving a Wad Dodge Charger with a Pink Panther wrap and the text SRT.RICK414. Can't say it wasn't him. And then they went in his house and found a gun. So inside the apartment, officers recovered a total of 8 additional firearms, 2 fully automatic weapons. They executed the search warrant on April 29th at his residence in Southtown Place. Officers arrested him as he attempted to leave the property and found him in possession of a loaded 9mm gun. They also seized 6 cell phones, 2 vehicle key programmer tablets, commonly used to steal cars, multiple cameras, credit card scanner, dozens of rounds of ammunition, and fingerprint analysis linked Hernandez to 2 firearms recovered from the residence, including a fully automatic pink Spikes tactical multi-caliber AR pistol. If convicted, he could face up to not 10, not 20, not 30, not 40, but 43 years and 6 months in prison and a fine of up to $85,000. Got all that? So my question to you, will arresting people like this change everything? 833-212-1017 is the number. That's also my poll question today. Will arresting people chill street takeovers? Yes or no? Now, he's about to get hammered. And I'm hoping that they take his passport, that they make sure he stays, because he could skip at any time. I'm not saying he's going to do that. I'm not saying that. But, you gotta watch people. Everybody, not just him. I mean, he's well known. He's got a business here. You know where he lives. So it's just a matter, he gets innocent until proven guilty. But they do have the guns, and they do have the ammunition, and they got all that stuff out of his house. So I'm just saying, we'll see. 833-212-1017 is the number. Poll question in the YouTube chat. Of course, if you want to, you can go to youtube.com/@101.7 The Truth and log in with your email, hit the subscribe button, and take the poll. Will arresting people chill street takeovers? You just saw where this young man got taken into custody, got tracked down from his social media. We try to tell people your social media never disappears. It literally never disappears. And that's how they caught him. But when you ask people, hey, excuse me, Zach, can you send me a picture of me acting a fool in the street? Then you're going to send a picture. Zach will send a picture of me acting a fool at Truth Summit, and then they'll track it, and I'm in jail. So, yeah, sometimes we are our own worst enemy. I don't get it. 833-212-1017 is the number. By the way, traffic-wise, I really mean weather. It's a discombobulated Monday, isn't it? It's just a discombobulated. I think the warm weather caught me off guard. I was expecting, it's going to be cold again, and it's going to be, and I came out and it's 79 degrees. What happened to it being cold? Anyway, if you have any comments, 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. When we come back, I got a question about adultification.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 12th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Diego Padres.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in May 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Don't miss one of Milwaukee's favorite summer traditions, the U-Path Ride for Arts, presented by Miller Lite, returns Sunday, May 31st. Ride a fully closed 20-mile course across the Hone Bridge with incredible lakefront views. Kids 12 and under ride free thanks to the Brewers Community Foundation. All in support of Southeastern Wisconsin Performing Arts. 7 a.m. start, finish at U-Path Fest on Summerfest grounds. Register today at upathride.org. That's UPAFRIDE.org. At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family and help out in your community. You've been there for so many others. But when life challenges you, when rising costs, unexpected repairs, medical bills, or simply a rough stretch make it hard to keep up on a limited or low income, you're not alone. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are here for you, working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. If you're struggling with high utility bills, facing a disconnect notice, or dealing with a furnace emergency and your limited or low income isn't enough, support is available. Visit www.heat.help or call 1-800-506-5596 to apply for a hand up.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me double check my... Okay. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hey, quick, too, I don't know if arresting them is going to really work. I don't know if each person is going to be able to bail, but we'll see how they go. But my one question to you is, isn't Spirit Airline isn't that like the Section 8 of air travel?
Bruh.
Damn.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never had Section 8, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, I mean, because it's like, see, I thought it was like refurbished planes.
All planes are refurbished.
Seating.
Everything Southwest got is refurbished. They just recently started buying new planes.
Yeah, but from what I was hearing, I thought Spirit was like the bottom of air travel. Like that's where you go where you can't go nowhere else.
I've never ridden Spirit. I've never ridden Frontier, and I've never ridden JetBlue.
All righty, well, hey, that answered my. All right, well, you answered my question. All right, thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
But like I don't know. Like seriously, I've never entertained the thought. I could not get somewhere that fast if I had to take Spirit. Well, I can't take Spirit, JetBlue, or Frontier. Not because I didn't like it, but I know me. I want to be able to move around. Yeah. Anyway, that one guy
You're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Where you been?
Hey, well, I've been working. I was going to spray some weeds, but it's way too windy to use pesticides, so I got up a little early today. But I like that poll question. Will arresting people stop street takeovers? Probably not. But
why not?
You know what will, Dr. Ken?
No. Wait. First, tell me why not.
Because most of these people live with mom and dad, and they don't pay rent, so the financial consequences means nothing to them.
I think you're making assumptions about people that with information you don't have.
Well, Dr. Ken, you know what will work for sure?
What?
If on multiple violations with the same car committing the same offense, we tow it and we crush it, destroy it.
You can't crush and destroy. You can take it, but you can't crush it and destroy it.
Oh, okay, well, we take it and we sell it, or we do something, not give it back to the offenders. How about we do that? But with space of being able to appeal, if the offender really regrets it, he has the option of appealing. But let's put a lot of.
So if you're going to let everybody off, why have the law? Why have the law if you're going to let everybody off then?
Well, let's not let them off so easy. What I'm trying to propose here is that we, after multiple violations,
do you honestly think that's going to stop me? Because all I'll do is steal a car and use it, and when you take it, I have zero of anything invested in it.
What do you think then that we should do?
Put them in jail.
Well, let's do that, but let's also destroy their cars so there's nothing for them to come back to.
No, you get one or the other. You don't add insult to injury. Because if you get jammed up in that and you're driving down the street and somebody's doing it in front of you and the police mistakenly think you were doing it and take your car, you're going to be mad. Because mistakes happen.
Let's add safeguards. Let's add safeguards so that doesn't happen. Let's just.
What do you mean
the
safeguards?
Ones that we know.
How about you just not do it?
Well, like you said, you're worried about an innocent bystander getting caught in the whole thing. But how about the ones that we know for sure are doing it? Like
you don't know
the ones that are in video.
You don't know for sure. You don't. Nothing is 100%. Well, there is a couple things
the ones that are on camera, the ones that are on camera are the ones doing it for sure.
No, I can manipulate camera too. AI can manipulate it. I can create. I could like right now in the commercial break.
Well, let's say
create
a
video.
Cameras catch the license plates and everything, and it's the same car doing it over.
How do you know who's in the car though? What if my car's stolen?
Who cares who's in? Well, if it's stolen, then it comes up. But if it's not stolen, Dr.
That one guy,
we have the concrete proof.
That one guy. We have a thing called the Constitution, and we have a thing called rights, and you're trying to take them all away.
Well, these people are taking our rights away by making our streets.
What do you mean these people? Like they're not human beings or something? Or what?
Come on, Doctor. You know what I mean. These juvenile delinquents.
You don't know if they're juvenile. These are adults doing this. These are adults. These aren't juvenile. Man, stop. That's how I know you don't know what you're talking about, because they are not juveniles. These are adults that are doing. You think this guy out in Oak Creek or wherever they arrested him, you think he had an AR-15, a fully automatic? I don't know. I don't think he had an AR-15, but how? That's not a child. That's an adult.
This was just adult, child. It's whatever. But these vehicles cannot exist.
You
these
treat
vehicles
children
have to be destroyed so they don't use them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
And throwing them in jail, there's no space in jail.
Next time you speed, and next time you run a red light, or next time you stop in a crosswalk, we're gonna write you a ticket, take your car, and crush it.
Oh, come on. That's not like doing a street takeover, Dr. Ken. That's what I'm trying to argue about. Street takeovers are dangerous, disruptive, and
I guess hitting that pedestrian that's in the crosswalk, that's not dangerous. Yeah, you're right.
But
you're right.
So I don't know, Dr. Ken. I don't know. I don't know what else to do then about it.
All right.
What
Let's
we
take
should
care
do,
of you.
if we're not going to take away the cars, then what should we do? Put them in jail? But we tried doing that, Dr. Ken, but that jail doesn't scare them.
We really didn't, but yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you much.
Well, thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Dr. Ken.
Yep. 833-212-1017 is the number. Oh, okay. Okay. George said, so far, neither you nor Tory have addressed the Supreme Court ruling. Very interested what your thoughts are and how this is going to set black voting rights. Which court case are you talking about? Because everyone is talking about voting rights in the districting. Okay. So if you go back and read the story, I'm going to find the story. Matter of fact, do I have enough time to do it now? Let me check. Because I guess you follow what me and Tori think and do and say and all that, because you just Anyway, I have to find the actual thing, right? I have to find the actual case, because there's something about it that I read that people keep skipping over. I'm not looking for a summary. I got to put Supreme Court. I love when I'm searching for something, and any other time it would have given me 10,000 things back. Now it gave me nothing. This thing is terrible. Tell you what.
This is a boomer moment.
It is. It's not a boomer moment. It's asking the right question. You know, something younger people don't know how to do because they don't have the experience, nor the depth, nor the.
Yep.
See, I got to deal with Zach all the time. Y'all see how he be treating me? Tell you what. I know where to look. There we go. So there was a major, and I'm going to have to talk about this in the next hour because we're coming up on time. I only got a minute. Wednesday evening, the group of non-voters, let's go this. So on Wednesday evening, the group of non-African-American voters who prevailed earlier in the day in their challenge to Louisiana's congressional map asked the Supreme Court to bypass its normal 32-day waiting period and send a copy of its opinion and order to the lower court immediately, making the decision final. The voters told the justices that the Louisiana legislature is considering pushing back the deadline for the state's congressional primaries to allow them to occur under a remedial map. So basically what they argued is they confirmed that they would postpone the state's primary elections for Congress, which had been scheduled for May 16th, because they had gerrymandered districts, and they said you couldn't based on race. But what they said is you couldn't base it only on race. And so what I want to do is find it so that I can play it, so that you can see it, so that you can see that there's more than just it gutted the Civil Rights Act. But I know you're under pressure.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you, and then they gonna tell you, come here. Now you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
You've been diagnosed with COPD, but breathing seems to be getting harder. Everyday activities, walking to the mailbox, going up the stairs, talking on the phone take more effort than they used to. You're short of breath more often. Flare-ups are happening more frequently. And slowly, life starts to feel smaller. Is this you? If your COPD symptoms are getting worse, there may be options that can help you breathe easier and get back to doing more of what matters to you. That could mean walking further, spending more time with family and friends, feeling more confident leaving the house, and getting back to the life you want to live. If your COPD is changing, it's time to have a conversation with your doctor. Visit the COPD Foundation website at isthisyoucopd.org to learn the signs of severe and worsening COPD and the right questions to ask next. Take action today. Breathe better tomorrow.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. We got top 5 at 5. Yeah, Kwanda, you won. What I got to send you, Kwanda? Because I didn't say top 5 at 5 up next. What I got to send you? What I got to send you? That's what I got to figure out. What I got to send you. All right. So, Sincere's back. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. Dr. Ken tried to block my head. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Yeah, I did. It was only 10 minutes. Still stop. Just had to show you who got the, I got the power. And I had to sing that. So that's it. Since y'all say y'all never heard me sing, that was it. That's all you getting. That's all you get. 833-212-1017 is the number. So George put in the talk and text line, so far neither you or Tory addressed the Supreme Court. Like that's supposed to mean something. Very interesting. What do you mean by very interested? What are your thoughts? Why very interested Okay, maybe you're asking very interested in what my thoughts are, or is it very interesting that we haven't addressed it? I don't really care. But he says on how is this going to set back civil rights? How is it going to set back civil rights? Why don't you explain to me, George, in the talking text, how that decision sets back civil rights? Because I've heard it from people over and over. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm not saying how it is, how it isn't. I'm asking people that are saying it to explain to me how. And I will wait for your text in the chat, because I keep hearing the same thing over and over, and people keep parroting what everybody else says, but they never quite tell me how it happens. You're just supposed to agree that it happens. And I don't understand that. I don't understand how black people continue to be snookered and told things, and they roll with it without at least verifying this is what happens. That's all. The problem is we tend to look at, if you don't agree with me 110%, then you're on the other side. That's not true. That's not true. I'm just pragmatic. Things that don't work for me, things that don't fit my life, my lifestyle, my money, my family, my community, I'm not with. Things that work in one part of the black community don't work in another part of the black community. Stop trying to make us all one. That's part of the problem. So when you say, Supreme Court, we're limiting voter, they limited Voting Rights Act, but it only limits it from what they believe it wasn't supposed or intended to be, because the Voting Rights Act is for everybody. Right? This is from Quarles.com. In a 6-3 decision authored by Justice Alito, the Supreme Court upheld Section 2. Listen to what I just said. Upheld Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, the landmark statutory provision affording members of every racial group an equal opportunity to elect representatives of their choice. The court's opinion, however, struck down the Louisiana congressional map at issue because that its addition of a new majority black district was an unconstitutional race-based gerrymandering. While the majority characterized its opinion as updating Section 2, 3 dissenting justices opined that Section 2 and its voting procedures for racial minorities are now all but a dead letter. I personally don't know. Louisiana's congressional maps have been the subject of litigation since it withdrew them from the 2020 census. In 2022, federal court judge entered a preliminary injunction that found that Louisiana's newly redrawn map likely violated Section 2 because only one of the state's 6 congressional districts was majority black. Now, even though roughly 2 of 6 Louisiana voters are black, in an effort to comply with that order, the state redrew the map, added a second majority black district. A group of non-African-American voters filed a lawsuit that challenged the second map as an impermissible racial gerrymandering that violated the Equal Protection Clause. In a 2-1 decision, a 3-panel judge agreed with the challengers and invalidated the map, and it went to the high court, and you got what you got. So, technically, the Constitution says you cannot discriminate based on race. Section 2 says that it affords every racial group an equal opportunity to elect representatives of their choice. It doesn't say you get all white, all black, all Hispanic, all Asian, right? The issue is that they used race as the criteria when it could have been one of the criteria. They use it as the criteria. Now this is me. I'm conspiracy theorist, right? You know they did that on purpose so they could get it thrown out. If folks in Louisiana should have known that you can't just create a district unless the people are already there and make it all black and then say the reason you made it is because you're creating an all-black district. You could have found another reason. Socioeconomic level, education, zip code, something, right? You use just race. And when you use just race, The Constitution already tells you in the Civil Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, 65, 68, 71, and 72 that it's illegal. Like, it don't count for just black people. It counts for everybody. But I said that this was going to happen when you came up with DEI and everybody trashed me and told me I was a lie and I was an idiot and I was stupid. I didn't know what I was talking about. And I said, DEI is going to go back. They're gonna repeal all this nonsense that they feel is nonsense because it's helping people and it's building communities and it's building education, and they're going to snatch it back, and it's going to be worse than it was before we started talking about DEI. And sure enough, they've gone so back did I say that backwards? So far backwards across the line that you can't recognize that we ever had diversity, equity, inclusion, which is just a policy. It's not a law. It wasn't part of the Civil Rights Act. It never was. Had nothing to do with it. But it gave us an opportunity. And I said, you're making it too public, you're making it too big, and you're making it too... And I actually told the person, I saw them the other day, when they came in, and I reminded them, you remember we were on the Zoom meeting and you said such and such, and I told you that was, and you told me I was old, and you told me that times have changed and it was different, and now it's not? What do you say about, oh, I didn't say that. Yes, you most certainly did. I got it on Zoom. I got a copy. It's on video. You now just opened yourself up to all of your tactics and all of the ways that you are helping people, and that then allows somebody to come in behind you and close all those doors. Didn't your mama teach you better than that? Sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut. You keep family and community business inside. You talk about the other stuff outside. You talk about school outside and church outside, but home, you keep that at home. And that's what we did. And we trusted people. And we read White Fragility and believed all of it instead of just part of it. And now it came back to bite us, and they used what we gave them to come back to bite us. And now we're mad, which I don't understand. Why are we mad when we gave them the bullets, we gave them all the ammunition, we gave them the gun? We stopped short of putting our finger in and shooting ourselves. Because that's what we did. Meanwhile, we were quietly putting kids through school, quietly graduating them from college, quietly putting them in business, building businesses and building bridges and all this. But we just felt good about it. Oh, this is great. Listen, when a business refuses to put the diversity, equity, inclusion person on their cabinet to report to the president, that means the president doesn't want that on his table. He doesn't really care. When the person that's diversity, equity, inclusion doesn't have direct access to the president who can say yes or no, up or down without having to go through layers of bureaucracy, they don't care. And that's what most companies showed you. That's what most schools showed you. And you pretend they're like, oh, well, it'll be fine. Until it wasn't. And so now it's not. So now you get things like this where now states are saying, well, you can't do it majority black. Y'all got to figure out a way to make a district not based on majority black. Now, I'm watching some suburbs, Illinois, Virginia, Maryland, doing Wisconsin, doing some things like that are moving the right way. Evidently, they got the notice of how to do it. And am I saying the name of that particular suburb in Wisconsin? Can you say no?
Number 5.
This from CBS 58. There is a chance, I don't know why I'm reading this. I'm sad now. There's a chance for storms to return after today. So currently, the temperature in downtown Milwaukee at the American Family Studio It's 79 degrees. 79 degrees. However, it's adding just enough fuel to the atmosphere for a storm chance, along with a cold front that rolls across the state this evening. Best timing is around from 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. Any storms that do form could be just a touch on the stronger side. A big chunk of the Midwest, including southern Wisconsin, that's us, is included in a level 1 marginal risk for severe storms, gusty winds. We already had gusty winds and some hail. Really? Will be the main threat with any storms that develop. There's no concerning tornado threat. All that helps. Go from hail to tornadoes. I feel better now.
Number 4.
This from news1.com. Well, frequent flyers and travelers, we talked about it. On a budget, airport fighters, no fly listers, and people who don't mind paying for Dasani bottled water are going to have to find a new airline to frequent because Spirit Airlines shut down after negotiations for a bailout with the Trump administration fell through. According to the New York Times, this is from news1.com. According to the New York Times, high fuel prices, competition from larger airlines, COVID-19 pandemic, and an engine defect have caused the airlines to go on life support, file bankruptcy twice in less than a year, and announce plans in March to emerge from financial turmoil stronger than ever, but it really didn't go that way. To be fair, federal government suddenly owning 90% of Spirit would not fly well. According to the Washington Post, President Donald Trump said Friday that his administration is still weighing a taxpayer-funded takeover of Spirit, but it is clear they actually said no. And by the way, once again, I don't care what age you are, it doesn't pay to run from the police.
Number 3.
This from WISN.com from Imani Fleming, reporter. A police chase ended in a crash and the arrest of a fleeing suspect. The crash happened around 6 a.m. near 10th and Locust. Oh, yeah, we're not going to see you running at 6 a.m., right? You'll just blend into the crowd. News Chopper 12 flew over the crash shortly after it happened, showing the suspect's car, which was damaged and emitting steam. West Dallas Police Department told 12 News that officers were executing a search warrant. Police said the suspect was located at the location when the warrant was executed, but showed up later and fled. I'm sorry, he was not at the location, showed up later, fled in the car. West Dallas said officers chased the car, which ended near 10th and Locust with a crash, and the suspect ran and was taken into custody after what? What do you think got him? Pepper spray, taser, or a dog? Taser. Suspect was taken to the hospital for treatment of minor injuries. Police photographed the interior of the suspect's vehicle and collected evidence at the scene. West Dallas police say they are currently investigating and had no other information to share. When y'all gonna learn y'all can't run from the police? And speaking of police, the police finally did what I believe they should have done.
Number 2.
From CBS 58. Police departments across Wisconsin, I talked about it. I've gone over and over about it, are warning students to be mindful of the community. I talked about it with Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstead on our sister station. Nobody would listen. I even said it on 620 WTMJ. People, but people love playing the... And I guess when you think like that and you live in a suburb, that's cute until it's not cute. It's a nationwide game called Senior Assassin or Paranoia. It's where students are assigned a target, have 1 week to shoot them with a water gun. Nicolay High School senior Abraham Olson described it as March Madness, but with squirt guns. However, popular game has caused some disruptions. Franklin police responded to 2 incidents Monday morning, May 4th, that were connected to the game Paranoia being played by students at Franklin High School. Here's the kicker. There's only one way that you can not be shot. And this kid did it. The first 6:40 a.m. of a report of a naked man with a gun in the middle of the street, which led to what described as a high-risk traffic stop that disrupted the morning commute. We were very concerned, especially with the morning commute, especially with children on buses and at bus stops in that area. And he was one of about a dozen officials who responded to the neighborhood, preparing for the worst. We ran out of the station concerning. We were responding to a very serious incident, and it was in our back of our minds, and even spoken in that way, maybe some kind of paranoia game. And so officers determined the individual and the passenger were participating in the game and that the student was arrested and cited for disorderly conduct. The reason for being naked? Well, it's a loophole. There's a rule between the students that if you're without clothes, like when showering, then you cannot be eliminated. Second situation in Franklin involved several shirtless people running around outside a residence and making threats. Monroe, Columbus, Twin Lakes. Don't know black people live in these places, do they? I think some black people live in Franklin. I know a few. Notice I said a few. Anyway, got arrested. That's good. That is good. They should arrest every single kid and charge them with disorderly conduct, even if it's a citation. Take their photos and prints. Treat them like the criminals they are, because eventually one of them is going to be shot and killed by a person carrying a concealed weapon who is not trained like the police and they're not disciplined. And I hate to say it like that, but discipline kept those kids alive. They're disciplined in their fire. When to shoot, when not to shoot, decision-making, short-term. Otherwise, those kids be dead. Don't just think they're alive because they some white kids in a suburb. They some white kids doing stupid stuff in a suburb. Just like black kids do stupid stuff in the city. But if you're going to hold the black kids, if you're going to hold the white kids to a lesser standard, let's hold the black kids to a lesser standard too. Let's chalk it up to just kids being kids.
Number 1.
And of course, I talked about it earlier, Milwaukee District Attorney's Office has charged 22-year-old Ricky Alcantara Hernandez yesterday with 3 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety and a single charge of selling and possessing and using and transporting a machine gun. Prosecutors also charged him with drug and machine gun charges that date back to 2024. If convicted of the charges in the street takeover incident, he could face up to 43 years, 6 months in prison, and be fined $85,000. So they found his car, they found his picture, and he basically admitted, hey, it's me, send me your pictures on IG. And they sent him, and they tracked him, and they caught him, and they got a warrant, and now he's in custody. And I'm pretty sure they got his car, too. So, yeah. Crime doesn't pay, and clearly neither does a street takeover. I don't know why you would take over a street when there's absolutely nothing you'll get from it, like other than feeling good about it, or I don't know. Maybe it's just me. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I got another strange question for you because, it's 22 minutes after the hour, and I want to talk about, we've been talking about tickets, writing tickets to people for street takeovers. I want to talk about traffic tickets because something crossed my mind, and it just got answered. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family and help out in your community. You've been there for so many others. But when life challenges you, when rising costs, unexpected repairs, medical bills, or simply a rough stretch make it hard to keep up on a limited or low income. You're not alone. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are here for you, working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. If you're struggling with high utility bills, facing a disconnect notice, or dealing with a furnace emergency and your limited or low income isn't enough, support is available. Visit www.heat.help or call 1-800-506-5596 to apply for a hand up.
Don't miss one of Milwaukee's favorite summer traditions, the U-Path Ride for Arts, presented by Miller Lite, returns Sunday, May 31st. Ride a fully closed 20-mile course across the Hone Bridge with incredible lakefront views. Kids 12 and under ride free thanks to the Brewers Community Foundation. All in support of Southeastern Wisconsin Performing Arts. 7 a.m. start, finish at UPath Fest on Summerfest grounds. Register today at upathride.org. That's UPAFRIDE.org. At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I got to come back to the YouTube chat because I've been stuck on the talking text line. Daphne said the Republicans are going to gerrymander the districts so blacks will be taken out of the voting game. They will chop up districts so black areas are merged with white districts so blacks will never get their selected candidate in office. And so here's my question to that. Here's my argument. Being the contrarian, people often assume, oh, you're conservative. No, that's not it. I'm a contrarian, so I'm going to argue the other side, right? Just like if she had said, Democrats are going to, I would argue the other side. Okay. That being said, right, with how I understand it, when the Democrats were in charge, why didn't they change the districts to make one predominantly black in Wisconsin? I'm just using that as an example. All over the country. Democrats have never done it. Give us our own black district. They know better than someone else. Well, you know, the white person is always smarter than the black person, so they always got to, I mean, come on. We're just smarter. We should be in charge. We'll let you come in our district, but you'll never be the majority. And we've never been the majority. Like, I don't understand how we can let that happen, but then complain about Republicans gerrymandering when they're in charge. That's what Democrats do when they're in charge. When they're in charge, have them give us a district that's predominantly black. And then see what they say. Right now, y'all want to keep a Democratic governor? Y'all want to keep a Democratic, and y'all want to flip the legislature to Democrat? If you put them in, you need to tell them, we need a black district in that area, a predominantly black district in that area, that y'all need to make changes to include us. See what they say. I guarantee you they will come up with a reason why that can't happen. Oh, well, it can't happen. Oh, we got to, no. Here's the deal. if you get in office and you don't do it, we're going to do everything in our power to remove you from office. See, we're not going to follow Democrat only anymore. We're going to follow community and race, just like you do. Your community, your race. And if you don't do what we like, we're going to vote you out of office. We don't care if you're the governor. We don't care if you're in the legislature, the Senate. We don't care. Get rid of them. City council, but we won't do that. We won't do that. Because we keep falling for the okie doke. We'll never see an elected. When we were in charge, like when Obama was president, how many black people actually ran stuff? Or were in charge of something in his administration? Because the Democratic Party came in and said, these are the people that are going to be here, and these are the people that are going to be in charge. And you had all the has-been, used to be Democratic, people going in and being his chief of staff and all this other stuff. Why? Dude, you've been around for 50, 60, 70 years. Go away. Let somebody else come in. But they didn't do that. They just piled in like they always do and took over. Did it in Milwaukee County. Did it in the city of Milwaukee. Did it all over. Because we're the only people that take the time to show that we're not racist. So we're what? Open to everything and everybody. Nobody else is. I'm not mad. Hispanics aren't. Asians aren't. White people aren't. Us, we got to show everybody. Oh, I'm non-discriminatory. I'm non-biased. Everybody's biased and everybody's discriminatory. Everybody. If you're married, I'm just going to ask you what's your spouse. Black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. Male or female. You discriminate. What colors do you like? You're biased. It's not a bad thing. We've made it bad. We've turned it into something bad, but it's really not. As long as it's used in its proper way. But while y'all complaining about Republicans gerrymandering districts, why haven't Democrats gerrymandered districts for us? When they were in charge in the state legislature and the governor and the Supreme Court. We never got it. There's a reason for that, because they don't want you to have it. So you keep, dancing behind them if you want. I say don't dance behind any of them. It's like they make you prove everything and be twice as good in order to be considered equal. We need to start telling them that. You're in the Democratic Party? Yes. I need you to be twice as good and do twice as much for my community in order for me to treat you just like a normal politician. If you can't do that, you can't run. You can't. You don't get office. You get nothing. And we have to play hardball. Because we still have nothing. We just feel good. Oh, you're anti-Democrat. I'm not. I'm just pro-me. My family, my community, my neighborhood. Nothing. Nothing. We let the media control us. We let TV control us. Nobody complains about anything. Oh, no, you can't say that. I don't care who you are. If you're a politician and you do something wrong, when I was a law enforcement officer and I did something wrong, they complained. If they had to go all the way to the Fire and Police Commission, they complained. And I had to, take it because there's nothing I can do because it was their right. But now it's your right to stand up and tell people we're not putting up with your nonsense anymore. We want a city that's safe, that's managed well, that doesn't have so many doggone if I got to call you to tell you about potholes, you're not doing your job or you're an idiot and you're not driving around the city. You must be the stupidest DPW person I've ever seen in my life. It's Pop Off Monday, by the way. To see, are you kidding me? Dude, just drive out and just start filling up holes. Hey, I'm going this way north, you go that way south, and we just going to fill them up. And then when we're done, we're going to do, because there are too many holes. It's too many. Watch this. There was a hole on the other side of the speed hump. So you hit the speed hump, you go up, you go down, and then you kept going down into the hole, boom, and tear up your car. Idiocy. And we're paying for this. I don't get it. And Babar, you talking nonsense. I'm too young to know about the Sugar Hill Gang? Man, stop. You're just talking trouble. Nah. LT says, boomers also ruined social media. Actually, we didn't. We just don't want to be on with you. Right? We tell the lie. I don't know how to work this. I don't understand how to. When in fact we actually do. We just don't want to do it with you. I'm just saying. LT say it makes it hard to challenge racial discriminatory voting maps. In other words, they can dilute the black vote. They've already diluted the black vote. Democrats have also diluted the black vote. If that weren't the case, they would have actually fixed it when they were in office, and they never did. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can have an automatic district that's all black because they don't care. But you'll never get a senatorial district. You'll never get a congressional district that's all black. Democrats can give it to you when they're in charge, and they won't. Did that ever dawn on you? And then when they do it, they know they can't. But watch this. Nobody ever questions it when it's all white. Look, nobody. Hey, we're going to make this district all white. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? But we're the majority anyway, so no matter what district you choose, we're just going to dilute it enough so that black people will never, ever be in charge. And that's why we don't have black people in charge of pretty much anything. You got people that aren't doing their job in the county. You got a mayor's office that is persona non grata about everything. Bought and paid for. Milwaukee's in trouble. This is a beautiful city, and we're in trouble. We are in trouble. And there's nothing we can do. Crystal said, when did you want Dems to gerrymander this state? When is the last time that was even possible? Does it matter? You still got the Supreme Court. Supreme Court can do what they want to do. So even if they try to do it and then it goes to the Supreme Court, they can just say, oh, it's fair, boop, and they're done. The problem, it'll go to the Supreme Court. If that's the mindset, Crystal, then you'll never get anything. If you only do things that you can 100% win, there's no use in doing it. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted to gerrymander the state, they would have done it already. If they cared about your state, if they cared about your neighborhood, they cared about our community, they would have given us that vote a long time ago. So when they do give you the vote, here's what they do. They only give you one. Oh, you got the 4th Congressional District. That's it. We built that one. It's predominantly black. That's it. You get a black leader. That's it. That's all you get. So what if I want to run here? Nope, can't do it. We're going to put that one way on the south side, and then we're going to spread it and twist it into, so right? Republicans did that. Democrats did that. They didn't change anything. Why? Because it was all white. And when it's all white, they don't really care. And I'm okay with that as long as we get to do the same thing. But you had an opportunity to do it for us, and you didn't. That's when race became neutral whenever you're in charge. But when I'm asking for something, oh, we're going to fight for you until we get in office, and then we're not going to fight for you. We're going to give you reasons why something can't ever happen because it's not our fault. It's just the way law works. Oh, okay. But you sure got the vote. When was it possible? When Democrats were in charge. We had a Democratic everything. In the time I've been here, they never changed anything. Doyle never changed anything. Democratic legislature never changed anything in the black community, ever. Ever. And that's unfortunate to me. If you know your history as it relates, well, first of all, they gerrymander every 10 years. and it's been impossible to do anything about it. Well, yes and no. They got to look at it every 10 years. So anyway, I digress. The bottom line is this. At some point, if you don't have it, you still got to fight for it. Even if you're going to lose, you got to fight. You got to take up the charge so that the people after you can pick it up and win. It's that first line in the fight that you know is going to get slaughtered, but you got to fight anyway because the second wave is going to do it. We never get to the second wave because nobody ever fights. They just give up. They just give up. I'm done. I give. And it's really unfortunate because we have a powerful city here that can do powerful things, and we worry about knucklehead stuff like sitting a train. You have idiots that are running for governor, and I say all of them, equal opportunity, Republican, Democrat, idiots, running for governor who are talking about a train that's going to Madison from Milwaukee when it takes an hour to get there. Why would I take a train? Unless I was like, what, drunk and didn't want to drive? Then I probably couldn't find a train. But anyway, it just doesn't make any sense. We're going to give $2.5 million every year. For what? It's going to cost It's going to cost the state $46 million. The other 215 or so out of 215. So that difference is going to come from the federal government. That's one time. Who's going to keep it up? We are. You're going to pay. And nobody's going to take it to Madison. The time that it would take me to sit down, park, go, I could drive to Madison and be where I'm at, parked and then inside. This makes no sense. I think they're trying to get rid of cars in Wisconsin. I do. I think they're getting rid of. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Your thoughts, 833-212-1017 is the number. Charles said you have to call in. You have to call in for every pothole. I know. Let me just throw this in right quick before I go to break. Daphne said Gwendolyn Moore's district is majority black. Correct. That was created. Just an example. Well, technically it was turned over to her from our former mayor, Tom Barrett. But this will proportionally affect southern states. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. You still got some states that got black Democrat and black Republican senators and congressmen and women and all that, right? If we're going with just race. If you want to qualify and say they got to be black and Democrat, that's a different argument and that's a different thing. But if they just got to be black, then if that's what you created or it happened naturally. See, I've watched, and it's enough of them, right? I've watched white people just move into a district and take it over and vote and be done. We don't do that. We need to be cognizant and strategic to go in, take over a district, live there X amount of time, the minimum required to vote, move in, vote, stay a year, be done. That's all I'm saying. We need the strategy to get it done. Got to stop crying about it. Got to stop whining. This is one district. The Constitution has always said what they did you couldn't do. And they just kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until finally they couldn't do it anymore. And as it unravels, Democrats ain't going to fight for it. They're trying to get through the midterms. They ain't thinking about that. And so once again, you're left holding the bag with the same thing we started out with. Nothing. And now with the final traffic check of the day on 101.7 The Truth, here's Debbie Lazica.
Southbound 43 is going to be a pretty heavy ride from just north of Keefe all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Once you get past Beecher, everything opens up. You should be good to go down to the Mitchell interchange. Northbound's just a little bit heavy right past Fond du Lac Avenue towards North Avenue. Westbound 94's got backups from about 30th Street to Hawley Road. And then eastbound's backed up from 164 to Springdale, again past Barker Road, and then from 68th Street all the way to 35th. 6th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 44. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and mild, a high of 70. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Join March for Babies to improve the health of families. The U.S. is among the most dangerous nations for childbirth. With your help, we can tackle America's maternal and infant health crisis. Join us in Milwaukee on May 16th at 9 a.m. at Greenfield Park in West Dallas for this powerful community event. Connect with families, friends, and coworkers while raising critical funds. Every step counts. Sign up today at marchforbabies.org.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers failed to complete the sweep, but still won the series overall against the Nationals. Brewers lost a close game 3-2, but will now start this week off in St. Louis against the Cardinals. Logan Henderson looked great, except for tripping while going to cover first base in the 5th inning, which led to runs.
That was on me. I just tripped, and I think it's a different ballgame if I get over there and make the out.
Tonight's big series begins at 6:45. The Packers' rookie minicamp was this weekend, and head coach Matt LaFleur said they've changed this approach this year.
I think when we first got here, I'll never forget, we were putting all the guys through drills, agility drills, and I think we had a couple guys throw up. So we've definitely changed our approach in that regard.
The NFL schedule is rumored to release sometime this month. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on the 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. 47 minutes after the hour, 78 degrees. The high today was 81. There's a low of 46 tonight. It's going to be chilly, and it might be doing a little bit of, rain tonight. So, not looking forward to that. 833-212-1017 is the number. Somebody said the Dems play fair. No, they don't.
If the Dems played fair, you would have multiple black districts all over the country. And you don't. And you don't. So what is that? If Dems played fair, race wouldn't matter. I'm just saying. You can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, we have to be equal and equitable and then not be equal and equitable. You can't have it both ways. So figure out which one you want. You either want race or you want party. Because they'll always fail to come through with race. It'll always be party. So, and here's the kicker. You ready? Yeah. Prove me wrong. That's what I'm actually looking for. Actually prove me wrong that out of this, we only have one district. Like, who's the other black congressman or woman in Wisconsin that's black? So let me check. Wisconsin, black Congress members. Oh, look. What I knew already. Only one. African Americans represent Wisconsin in Congress. 4th Congressional District since 2005. Think about this. Even in Madison, which is significantly more liberal than Milwaukee, they didn't. All right, so I got a minute before we go to break, and then we got to end the show. So I was reading this thing because I talked about tickets. So who gets a ticket if an autonomous car is in a traffic accident? Because there's no driver. Well, you're driving in California, all of a sudden, vehicle flies past you, hits a red light, boom, who gets a ticket? There's no driver, so who gets the ticket? Well, beginning July 1st, driverless vehicles in California that break traffic laws, they're going to write a ticket to the manufacturer. The owner, you mean? The person that bought the car and then uses it for their business? Like Uber or something like that? I don't know. If manufacturers don't comply, their permits to operate in the state could get suspended. The DMV also expanded testing requirements for manufacturers to obtain permits and added training and other requirements for employees who remotely operate the vehicles. I don't get it. Nobody's driving it. Who's remotely, I guess it won't matter because in the end, a ticket is a ticket and revenue is revenue.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our industries and our communities moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students are discovering that today's skilled trades include technology, robotics, and smart manufacturing. With support from Rockwell Automation, students are exploring how advanced manufacturing and automation will power the factories of the future. Thank you, Rockwell, for helping inspire the next generation of technicians, engineers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family and help out in your community. You've been there for so many others. But when life challenges you, when rising costs, unexpected repairs, medical bills, or simply a rough stretch make it hard to keep up on a limited or low income, you're not alone. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are here for you, working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. If you're struggling with high utility bills, facing a disconnect notice, or dealing with a furnace emergency and your limited or low income isn't enough, support is available. Visit www.heat.help or call 1-800-506-5596 to apply for a hand up.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application. solution.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you can save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready to strengthen your organization for what's next? Join the Milwaukee County Sustainability Summit Tuesday, May 5th at the Marcia P. Cog Center. This hands-on experience gives you practical tools, sharper messaging, and real strategies to build long-term resilience.
No one-size-fits-all playbook.
Learn from local leaders, connect with peers, and walk away with ideas you can use right away. And it's completely free to attend. Visit the Milwaukee County Sustainability Summit online to learn more.
So, George thought he would answer for me and say, I was driving in the car, so I didn't want to call in because all we do is argue, but I know he's going to do that. He plays devil advocate because he feels trapped. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, George. Stop. You don't know me. You don't speak for me. You don't talk for me. You don't know, just like I don't you. So you don't know what I feel trapped by. What do I feel trapped by, George? Right? What do I feel trapped by? Ridiculous. Miles said, Dr. Ken, I have a question for you tomorrow. Okay. And by the way, the poll, 51 said, will arresting people chill street takeovers? 59% said yes, 41% said no. So if any of you are out there in a street takeover, you might get jacked. I'm just saying. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Truth Unfiltered is up next, myself and Denise Thomas. So we'll be hanging out for the next couple hours, and Tori Lowe will kick in. I'll see you in 22 hours, God willing. God bless. Take care. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you. Have a good one. I'm out.
Be quiet.
Check your head.